In 1900, a small one-product company. Less than a century later, a corporation involved in almost everything we see, eat, or touch. Rohm has today a foremost organization with offices and factories around the world. A company whose story of success is the result of faith in its basic principles and sound guidance from the man who founded it. Attending to the needs of clients with the highest quality products and services. Respect and tireless concern for the welfare and personal fulfillment of all its members. Emphasis on innovative technological research in all its activities. In a word, integrity, ethics, social conscience, and a search for excellence. Rohm has served its clients in the Andean Group countries through an organization administered from Bogota, where its subsidiary has its own headquarters in a comfortable modern building. In each of the other countries, it has distributors and agencies as well. Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. The Andean area carries two lines, agricultural and industrial. The largest sales volume can be found in the agricultural sector, and its leadership is shown by the excellent market share of products on the domestic market. In addition to representing a traditional brand name with a solid reputation in the country, its success stems from the work of its technical representatives located throughout the territory. They provide products, technical assistance, and carry out sales. Its key to success lies not only in the quality of its products, but in effective communication with the public, distributors, agronomists, administrators, and farmers on all levels and in all regions of the country. All its products reach consumers through an extensive network of more than 600 distributors. The widest sold product in Colombia is Dithen M45, which in the plains of Bogota, Antioquia, Boyacá, and Nariño is applied to potato crops to combat gout produced by fungus. Cresifol, a foliar fertilizer, and Elsan, an insecticide to control some leaf diseases. Rohm Haas also cares for flower crops, one of the country's main exports, with Vapab, used to disinfect seedbed soil. In Huila and Tolima, the principal rice-growing regions, Gol, Stam, and Dithen lead the field. In the banana zones of the Urubá and Santa Marta that supply the high demand of US and European markets for this fruit, Dithen FMB is applied basically as a fungicide to provide overall control against sigatoke, both black and yellow, and other diseases produced by fungi. Not only is Rohm Haas present in the peaceful, relaxing environment of nature, but also in the fascinating world of technology and industry. The industrial branch markets more than 100 different products in Colombia, divided into four main groups. Polymers and resins, used in paint and industrial coating industries, products for construction, floor wax, adhesives, textiles, non-woven goods, tanning, and paper. Chemicals for water treatment and liquid waste, such as ionic exchange resins, flocculants, sprays, and biocides. Also, detergent additives, tension activators, and products for conservation of cosmetic products and paints, fuel, and leathers against attack by microorganisms such as fungus, bacteria, and algae. Plastics, acrylic resins for injection extrusion in the automobile industry and construction mainly. Acrylic and metacrylic monomers for the manufacture of different polymers. Rohm Haas, with its wide range of products, lends its service to the largest companies in almost all lines of the industry. The growth of Rohm Haas on a worldwide basis and the acceptance of its products and trust it inspires in its customers is based on one of its fundamental principles that has remained stable throughout the time. Emphasis on research and technical innovation. Sales work in the agricultural field and industrial areas alike is made possible thanks to a plant that manufactures most of the products distributed in Colombia and the rest of the Central and South American countries. The Rohm Haas plant, located a few minutes from Barranquilla in the town of Soledad, is a specially organized industrial complex with high productivity and a pleasant atmosphere in which the employees' security and respect for the environment are given the highest priority. The plant is run strictly according to security and hygiene regulations. There are risk identification systems and all the elements needed to protect the health of workers and prevent accidents. The corporation's concern for the health of man goes beyond the limits of production and extends to users through informative guides and talks on the correct and most efficient use of its products. Likewise, in response to another of its principles, that of social responsibility, the company supports local neighborhoods with community infrastructure work, such as sports fields, command centers for immediate action, paving, and prevention of contamination problems. One example of this is the construction, with a substantial investment, of a chemical waste incinerator. The plant, considered a model of quality in Latin America, has 4 areas of production: for flowable diethane, powder diethane, acrylic emulsions, and STAM. Other areas are the maintenance workshop, the storage zone for raw material, insulated cold storage to deposit incompatible materials, several warehouses for inputs, finished products, large drums, and packing. It also has very comfortable facilities for management, accounting, and engineering. Meeting rooms, a modern laboratory with the most complete and specialized equipment for the analysis of raw material and finished products, a well-equipped medical office, and an ambulance that is permanently available not only to plant personnel, but to the neighboring community as well. A special organization, cleanliness, and great variety of food is offered by the restaurant. A well-balanced diet is served to the 3 shifts working there. The building occupies 4 of the 13 hectares of land the plant has, while remaining space is used for recreational facilities and lawns, with well-trimmed gardens for the relaxation of personnel during their breaks. Particularly appealing are the dazzling multicolored macaws and other beautiful feathered birds, as well as the huge exotic iguana. The supply department provides essential cooperation through 2 groups: the raw materials and products section and the equipment and supplies section, which are responsible for providing all of the company with the required quality materials, products, and needed elements at the appropriate time, including the import of inputs and high technology equipment. In order to optimize the quality of services rendered, the Supply Department coordinates a committee which includes representatives from the plant and the agricultural and industrial divisions, which not only defines needs, but also controls inventory levels for raw materials and finished products. It is also the committee's responsibility to see that export products to Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Dominican Republic, Central America, and Puerto Rico reach their destination in optimum quality conditions, on time, and with no setbacks. Another department that is fundamental in its contribution to the smooth working of the organization is the Financial and Administrative Department, made up of systems, treasury, auditing, and credit, which handle budget, loans, investments, tax processes, and exercise the financial coordination of the organization by supplying the resources and necessary services. Systems, with modern and sophisticated computing equipment, processes all the required information for excellent performance by all departments. The success of Rohm and Haas is doubtlessly the result of the quality and attitude of its people. And it is the Department of Human Resources that is in charge of searching for this quality through their constant concern for the welfare of their collaborators. Labor stability is a goal. The company has a number of employees with more than 20 years of service, and turnover is low. Salaries fall within the top 25% in the chemical industry. That is, a person who performs at the expected high level in the company earns a salary that is higher than 75% of the workers with the same duties in other sector companies. Likewise, a member of the Rohm and Haas family enjoys a series of benefits represented by special bonuses for vacation, Christmas, and seniority, medical and life insurance, accident and disability insurance, aid for special circumstances such as death, glasses, transportation, and others, complete checkup as part of the preventive medicine program, a high-yield mutual investment fund, and mortgage and domestic calamity loans. A fundamental concern is the creation of an excellent work environment in which each one performs an interesting and challenging task according to his abilities and knowledge, allowing him to grow and develop within the organization. Personnel is therefore carefully selected. The best organization and clarity of missions and goals is promoted. The skills program, whose objective is to support the development of each person so that he may perform his duties in an outstanding manner, is thus carried out. A series of training and development needs arise from this program, and these are satisfied through different types of actions, such as self-analysis and personal development programs, permanent and effective support from superiors, and assistance from the Human Resource Division through consultant services, courses, and workshops. The career plan is also of vital importance in development. Career plans for those who hold key positions in the organization are designed, and each person is given professional and personal development opportunities according to this plan. It can be clearly seen from the picture presented above that the human factor is decisive in the success of Rohm and Haas. But this concern for man is not a recent commitment of the company, but maybe the most valuable legacy left by Otto Haas, its founder, who was extremely proud of having survived the Depression without laying off a single worker. But let's look back into the past of this company, which is first and foremostly the story of a man, and secondly, the story of an entire organization devoted to the administration of science and technology on a commercial basis, the foundation of which has always been a profound respect for ethical principles and rules. In 1909, Otto Haas arrived in Philadelphia from Germany to sell Oropon, an invention by a friend and business partner of his, Otto Rohm, a doctor in chemical engineering, a scientific genius who created the first and main products developed by the company. Oropon, used in the treatment of skins, was a true innovation over procedures used in those times. The relationship between Otto Haas and his partner was a close and dependent one until 1921, when Rohm Haas United States formed an independent public stock company. In spite of the fact that in the 20s it already had a research laboratory in Philadelphia, Mr. Haas relied on Germany for the majority of the new products, and it was only during World War II that, for political reasons, the companies had to finally separate, and thus research in the United States was intensified. Even before entering the US market, the use of Oropon had expanded to France, England, and the rest of Europe. The product line was then diversified to include lutein, lycopon, arsen, nordoval, leuconol, plexiglass, an acrylic polymer which appeared in 1936 and played a critical role in the aeronautics industry during World War II, and had a strong impact on the ensuing development of the company, which today has a solid background in the polymer chemistry. The company entered Latin America early, beginning sales in Buenos Aires and Santiago in 1913. The first plant was installed in 1939 in Argentina, and later production started in Brazil in 1953. Colombia was chosen for the site of the third Latin American plant, beginning 1962. In addition to the plant in Barranquilla and the administrative and sales offices located in Bogota, the company has offices in Cali and Medellin, where there is a textile application workshop set up. Reaching the end of the 20th century, Rohm Haas is a worldwide organization with its headquarters in Philadelphia and operations covering 5 continents through 4 regional organizations. To reinforce Rohm Haas's continuing concern for quality throughout its long history, and the principle of satisfying its clients' needs in this decade, and in keeping with world interest in this field, it established an initiative called Total Quality Leadership. Its goals are total customer satisfaction, continuous improvement, database decision-making, and teamwork. Total quality leadership is above all a philosophy and a constant commitment to identifying and satisfying customer requirements, both in the short and long terms. Because at Rohm Haas, quality neither begins nor ends with its products. It is a permanent process that includes all its operations. Each member of the firm is a client of the one before him in the process, and has in turn the one who follows him in line as a client, so that each one is responsible for the quality of his work. As a logical consequence of the search for quality by each individual, the organization enjoys productivity and growth as the 3 pillars that support the hat trick proposed by Mr. Larry Wilson, chairman of the board of Rohm Haas Company. as the challenge in the decade of the 90s. Ending this century, Rohm Haas shows itself as a highly innovative, growing, global specialty polymer and chemical company, building on an ever-broadening technical base. Its customers regarded as indispensable to their success. Rohm Haas is their best and most consistent supplier of products and services. The general public views it as a valued corporate citizen and a good neighbor. Its employees behave as owners and feel accountable for their performance and the success of the company. Ethical behavior, teamwork, fast action, and a passion for constant improvement are the hallmarks of our culture.